The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Now, Basil Chapman.
Good morning, everyone. Basil Chapman here on this Friday, the 17th of October. We're looking at the Dow up 136. Now, this is going to be quite important. Let me just check something here. Do it very quickly. Yes. Okay. So what we've got is I'm going to go to, do I want to do that right now or do I need that chart? Doesn't matter. Okay, let me just run the numbers. Dow's up 128 at 46,078. Look at the YM. That's the futures. Look what happened overnight. Look at that till early in the morning. Look at that move right down to the 45,605 level. And now we're up at 46,250. Oh, there's a lot going on. But look at the 9-period moving average. It went pink and it's still pink. Look at the Dow cash. That went pink, then green, then pink, and today we'll see if there is a rally that can be sustained into the close. It could go back to green. This is the pattern that I was talking about, that rectangle formation. I've had webinars on this, the large rectangle, the small rectangle, the narrow rectangle, but this is, I made it smaller, but theoretically it should still go down, as I said yesterday, to this level right here, right to that low. That's the rectangle. So if there is a close underneath the low of yesterday, which is the cash in the Dow, which is 45,781, that's going to be very negative. I'm watching this very closely because there are a couple of things that I need to talk about, patterns that I want to talk about. So let's go to the S&P. S&P right now, S&P cash is trading up 2.64 at 66.31. Look at the E-mini. Look at this. Look at that, sharply down, all the way down to the 65.71 level. Look where we are right now. That means that buyers keep coming in, and I'm going to have to talk about that as well. Look at the QQQ, NDX 100, trading up 49 cents at 600.40, and the 9-period moving average is so close to turning pink, but it's still green, and that's really important. Now look at this up channel. Just a perfect up channel, holding beautifully in the weekly chart. Let's go to the IWM, the Russell 2000. Russell 2000 trading right now under the 14-period moving average at minus 122 at 243.81. Broke out to an all-time high just 3 sessions ago. Had a sharp move to the downside, following through to the downside, but that 9-period moving average is still very nicely strong. MACD's weak, stochastic's weak, on balance is weak, relative strength is weak. So we're going to be watching this for the close today. I want to go to the SMHs, really important. SMHs was the clue to me yesterday, and one of the reasons why we went short the Dow Thursday a week ago, before that Friday's sudden smash to the downside, purely on a technical basis because there was a peak E. And then we got a little profit out of that. And then because of this tremendous whippiness, we didn't get back in. But we did get back in I would have put a trade on yesterday, but I was watching the SMHs. Look, the semis are just down 95 cents at 342.37 at this particular moment. That is still pretty darn. Look, the price is above the 9-period moving average. The 9 is above the 14. The other thing is that until you get a theme that becomes a very negative theme in the market, and this could become a theme. Look, here's the XLF. What a tumble in the arch formation. It's gone for the weekly chart twice now. It's 2 weeks. It's been under the 14-period moving average, but the 9-period hasn't gone negative yet. But it does this arch formation like the dreaded H. And look at the KRE. This is the regional banks. The reason why we haven't got into the regional banks, even though I've spoken about them for so long, is just something has not been quite right. And now they're talking about loans. They're talking about a whole bunch of things. But look at this turn down below the 200-period exponential moving average. And that peak D, this weekly chart, by the end of the day, I might have to go to a sell signal on the weekly chart of the regional. This is the KRE, the Regional Bank Index, ETF. Watching it very closely. I want to get through a whole bunch of things here. Now look at this. This is gold. Gold is down 46 cents, $46. I wish it was 46 cents at 42.58. So what I've been discussing is within the context of patterns, what I'd said is this move to the upside, walking not just the 14-period moving average, which it's hardly touched since it broke to the upside back in August. That 9-period moving average has been like a springboard, and this is a leg D. So let me just do this quickly for those of you who do some work with the Chapman wave methodology. So you know that we try to identify the lowest bar, then count each successively higher bar. The idea is to get upgraded from a buy signal to a buy mode, which implies that you should go to at least a peak D. You could go higher to E, F, and G, but those 4 higher peaks, that's your obligation once you get to a buy mode. Well, there is a buy mode. Now it's gone to another leg D. The first one, yes, the second one. I just want to do this. I said I'd do this live, and I got talking away. So this is a peak A, a peak B, a peak C. This is the E-mini. I'm going to come back to the gold in a minute. I just want to do this live because it's really important. I said I would do this today. C, and here's your leg D in the 1-minute chart. I believe now there's never a peak H. Once you get to a G, it's either an alternate count or it's brand new. If the E-mini goes 1/4 point above the 10 o'clock high of 6684.50 and goes to 75, that's going to start a leg B in the 5-minute chart, and that could even be a B or an E in the 10-minute chart. Look at that 200-period moving average. Look at that beautiful support magnet level, goes up, goes down, it can't get away from it. Now it's trying to push away. If it can go to 6688, that's going to be very positive. So let me just do this for 1 second here. I just want to do this live. So I'm going to do that. Yeah. So I am looking at this and saying, okay, what are the things we're looking at? I'll get back to the gold in a minute. I said I'd do some of this live. I wanted to show you that within the context, I just needed to do this, get 1 point there. Okay. Oh, man, too quick. I was busy talking. I never got my position on because I was trying to do 2 things at once. To go back to long, I was long earlier on. Then for the show, I just had to get out. Oh, this is just fantastic. Look at this. So now what we've got is, and now I need to get rid of these because I don't want to be buying it here. Okay. So what we've got is a leg D in the 1-minute chart, and we've got a leg B. This is a brand new B, and that says in the Chapman wave methodology, we should go to higher highs. There should be a leg, this is a leg B, there should be a peak B, and then a leg C, 25 cents above peak B. So it's a leg C, it's a floating ladder until it changes. Then it should go to a C and then a D. Okay, now I'll talk about this little complex in terms of the Chapman wave notation in the 10-minute chart, but at the moment, all I can say is that this is fabulous action. This is what I was hoping to see, and the reason why we didn't go short at all, and yes, I'll do that. I've got these questions. I just wanted to, you're short the ES. I don't know if that's right now, but I'm just looking at the ES, and I think this is fantastic action. Look at this. When the price pulls back, I'm going to do a live. Yes, I will do a live workshop one of these days. It takes a lot of preparation. I just never had time. When it pulls back, and it hits the 200-period moving average, and it flips from green to pink, and then back to green immediately. That is really positive. I mean, I like what I'm seeing right now. Dow's up 234, S&P's up 23. I'll be back in a moment. Basil Chapman, Tiger Technicians Hour.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
TFNN has launched The Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
So that 1 minute chart just made a peak D right there at 66.97, I believe it was, and now it's pulling back. But the 9 is still above the 14 of the 1 minute chart. The MACD just turned down, but it's not negative. The stochastic did dip under 80%. I'm watching this for support. And let me go back. And then I remember I called this an E in the 10-minute chart, but I did call this a B. There's no other way I can count it, a B in the 5-minute chart. That kind of bought because early in the morning is one of the few times where things just don't always work out, but I'm watching this very closely. Now have a look at gold. This is the gold. I was watching this, when was it? Let me just show you right here. I couldn't believe that we made such a fantastic move up. And when I went last night, actually this pullback here, the one that occurred, I did see at 10 o'clock. That was also a peak D. I just, can I do this right now? Look, so this is the starting point. How am I going to do this? All right, here we go. So this is the 10-minute chart of the gold. Remember, I'm doing this just to demonstrate Chapman Wave methodology live. So this is peak A. That becomes a peak B. That becomes a P. What are we always looking for? At least a D in a buy mode, in the buy signal upgrade to a buy mode in the Chapman Wave methodology. It can become a C1, C2. I don't want to talk about that right now. I've got some examples later on. So that becomes a D. I saw that, and then it started to come down very sharply. I thought, is this going to be where the market starts to pull back and coinciding with gold starting to weaken? It doesn't have to come down immediately. Just you want to see a shot across the bow, which is really what we're looking at. And then when I woke up early this morning, because I looked at my cell and I thought, Dow's down 5 or 4, I can't remember, 400 points. Well, not good. And we never went short, and we wanted to go short. We had the original short perfectly, but then because it's the 3 times short, it's very difficult to, unless you pick the exact top, and we got close to the exact top, but not exactly enough. So we took a little bit of we took a profit, and then stopped out for the Dow. I want to get back, and I still want to get back, but not yet, and I'll explain why. But look, here's your next peak D, and the peak D came right in at 110 this morning, and then it arched over. I did this one I did. This one I had to do afterwards. I did it early very early this morning. I thought, oh, this is a D. Under that D, a double top. Look at this, a perfect double top. So it even comes in, I call this a drop bucket pattern, where it looks like a backhoe, where it hits one level, and then pulls back, and then goes right back and retests it, but this time with much weaker technicals, and then it fails. We're at a peak D, and now look what's happened. That's the high, and it comes down, down, down. Normally I would have had time to draw in the left side, right side price time match. I didn't do that, but look what happened. It came down, 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 and it's just gone to a trough F, down $60 at 42.43. This is gold live. Right? So it's very weak. It held, look at this, how important the 200 period moving average is. It didn't stop. And then all of a sudden it had a whole 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So for about 11 10-minute bars, it holds the 200 period moving average and goes right through just before 10 o'clock. So this is very weak. So I think we are making some I have to call it, at least for the moment, a potential short-term top in the here we go, a short-term top in gold. Let's go back to the E-mini. Is it trying to find some support? Yep. So this is it. So the 9-period moving average hasn't gone. This is the 1-minute chart, hasn't gone underneath the 14 to go pink. It's trying to find support. You have to, for the moment, you have to ignore all of these except the blue unbalanced volume. Watch that closely. And now we're looking to see, and now let me open this up to see if the Chapman wave automated support levels are kicking in. There it is, 66.75. Let's see if that's going to hold. And here we go. Now, okay, so we're on hold right now. And let me go back to what we were talking about. I had a lot of questions. So this is D. This is D is where you can get a pretty serious pullback. And this is the day. But wait a minute. The price is way over the 9. The 9 is over the 14. The MACD is strong. The relative strength, you remember I said it went red? This is where it's a tip-off to say, you've got to start being a little careful here. And that's a hint to say it's overbought. The unbalanced volume is overbought. The stochastic's fabulous at 91%. So this is a work in progress. So either we have a 120-point close today down, and then another big sell-off, because you have to get, not you, gold has to get to 38, I'd say 38, under 38.70 for that green 9-period moving average to even get close to the black 14-period moving average. So it's a work in progress. All right, so we've done some of that. And now let me just quickly go to the questions that I had at the close yesterday. I had two people right there in the den and the Tiger YouTube. ASM was one question. ASM is Avino, silver, and gold mines. Leg E in the weekly chart. Leg G/C in the weekly chart, and all the technicals are still very strong, and a G/C in the daily chart. However, there was an instant restart. I'm going to talk about this in a moment. I do want to get back to okay. So now you can see the 1-minute chart. Remember, live, I don't want this as a live trading session, but I want to show you a live demonstration of Chapman wave methodology. Let me just put that in. I need to put in a stop over there. Okay, so we'll be back to this. It looks like the 9-period moving average held. It didn't go pink. That's usually a very good sign. And then normally what I would do is I start to draw in an arch formation. So the arch formation goes there, and then it goes to that side. And then I do this live. I mean, while I'm actually trading, because I need to have confidence in the actual techniques that I'm using. So I take that. I look for a left side trough that I can use for, no, I can't. So I'll use this one right here. And that says that if it's going to work, and we don't know if it's going to work, there should be a rally towards, and I'll do this while I'm talking, towards right there. So by about 10:30, if we can hit this Chapman wave inside wedge target resistance line of 66.90, we're at 66.81 right now. I don't know if this is going to work, but we've got to at least try it. What we're looking at is, it's starting to fail. Okay, the 9's still good. If the 9 goes pink, it's going to fail. So we'll be back to that. Let me just get back to this, what I was talking about. So ASM, this is a silver and gold mine. It's done fantastically. I mean, just from September when it was trading in the around about 4, it went all the way to the most recent high of this is the most recent rally from that high. And it goes to a high of 6.67. So this high of 6.67 is after this instant restart, says there could be a pullback and then a test of the D, a G/C going to a D, but most importantly, it mustn't crack underneath the green 9-period exponential moving average of 5.78 in this particular phase, because then it's going to hit the 14-period moving average of 5.58. So this is a work in progress. So far, it's holding very nicely. The technicals are still pretty good. I'll be back in a moment. The Dow is now down up 145. S&P 17. Let's look at our trade there. Okay, it's still green. We'll see if it's going to be able to do this in the next...
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tiger Technicians Hour is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risks, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
So this is ASM, Avino, Silver, and Gold Mine. So this is what we're looking at. It's trading down 44 cents at 6.04. You see these tiny stocks, the percentage is huge, 6.7%. On a pullback, but look at those moves to the upside. So what I would be doing, first of all, I would definitely say you've got to take some off. If you haven't taken anything off at this particular point, it's just you're looking at the chance of giving back a chunk. Why? Because this big move here, if at any point in the next week it starts to trade underneath this Eiffel Tower, straight up move with a straight move down, if it does that and goes under $5 round number low, of 4 sessions ago, that's a real problem, okay? So I would definitely take some off. But this pattern says there is still internal strength. So it has to, by Tuesday, it has to have at least one attempt to get to today's high of 638. If it can do that, there's a chance you can make some kind of a double top here. But I'm looking at this as just beginning some kind of a consolidation phase. Now, everything is out the window. What I said, if it starts to trade maybe a penny above 6.67, the most recent high, but no, if it goes into the 6.80s at all, that is absolutely spectacular. Something else is going on in the general market, certainly with gold and silver. That's what I'm looking at. But definitely, I would say you asked the question, and I'm saying I would take something off right now, even though the technicals are still very good. Next question came in about, where was it? Gray Rock, WBD. WBD is Warner Brothers Discovery. Trading right now at 18.52, up 23 cents. Now, what I'd be looking at here, it made this peak E. The 9-period moving average, look how wide it is. Look how long it takes to go down to become negative. It took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, to about 12 bars, 12 days before it went pink for a brief moment. Then it went back to, and today it's back to green. So this is saying to me that it is starting to fade. I've got this as a potential peak F in the weekly chart. And a leg D is spectacular. Look at that monthly chart, just unbelievable. Goes from the 11 area to the most recent high at about 20. I mean, that's almost a double. It's spectacular action. So I'd just be really careful about, in this particular instance, because it's holding above. It just took out that candle low. Yeah. Okay. The way I'm looking at it is now it's going to the struggling stage. It's still doing well, but I don't know if it's going to break up, but I can see it pulling back. So I just say I'd be real careful right now if it starts to close under this inverted Chapman wave red Roman candle of the 10th of October. If it goes underneath 17.08, now, if it closes under 16.15, it's going to fill in a chunk of this. But so far, this is really good action. So I wouldn't get too carried away. I definitely would take something off just in terms of money management. But overall, this is still a very good chart. Now, there's another way of looking at it. This is an arching over, but it's got a trend line right here. And it's a longer-term trend line, even though it's a short-term daily chart. And that's what I do. And I just say if it starts to trade above 18.80, no, I'm going to say 19. If it can tag 19, that's going to be very, very good. And it's going to say, aha, now it can go into a rather thin rectangle, a narrow rectangle like that, and just go sideways. But it does look like, from the way it's pulled back so steadily, the way it's moved up, the way it's now back to the 9-period moving average, that it is holding very well. That it's, after such a big move, look, it's, if you think of it as a tree, and this is the core These are the branches. It's leaning over a lot, and yet it's not breaking down. So this is very strong, and I would just say I would definitely start to look for lower prices if it can close underneath this bar right here. If it gets into the, 1650s, but at this particular point, it's holding very nicely under these conditions. All right, Warner Brothers Discovery. The weekly chart just says, all the technicals are good. The radio strength has pulled back a bit, but the price has held very well. The 9-period moving average of 16.77, that's one support, and then 15.60 is very strong support. So I think it's got good support at the moment. All right, so what we were looking at, let me go back to the 1-minute chart because it started to roll over from that peak D. So this peak D did not break that Chapman wave inside wedge target resistance line, start to roll over. This is the pattern that I call the dreaded H. I was busy talking, so I couldn't actually talk about that on this chart. That's where it goes to D, E, or F, and on the upside, pulls back in like a single move, has a bounce, and that bounce goes to peak A or a B, and then takes out the left side low. You've got to be very careful. So that's what it did. And once it pulls back underneath that low, you got to think of it as a failure pattern. And once that pink 9-period moving average kicks in, now that becomes a story for the shorter term. Why? Because, and this is what I said before about the 5-minute chart, sometimes in the very beginning at the 8:30 level where you get, or the start of the market at 9:30, you can get an aberration where you get a sudden spike to the upside, but it's very unusual. Oh, did I make a mistake? That would have changed 71.75. This was the F right here. Sorry. So that was the F. So that would have been a G over there, a G right here, failure. So that would have been A going to B right there. Sorry about that. I was doing it too quickly. Nothing changes other than that I just have to correct the notation. I always go back, correct the notation, because that's how you learn how the unfolding of the waveform is. Remember, the Chapman wave is the waveform that never sleeps. So here's your peak E in the 10-minute chart. To me, this is the most important. And look how it's holding. This is the 1 minute. This is the E-mini, S&P E-mini. Now look at this. So it's holding the 200-period moving average, and it spent a lot of time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 15 out of the past 6, 7, 18, 17 bars have hit the 200-period moving average, ups and down. So this is even more important. What is that number? This is the magnet line, and the magnet line is now 66.51. Yeah, 66.51. And the 1-minute chart has a 200-period moving average of 66.58. Going to watch this very closely. So this hasn't failed yet. This one went to a peak D, put a down arrow there, and it was a double top. Failure. Okay, I'll be back in a moment. Dow's up 84, S&P is up 59 cents. Be right back.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master.
Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Wise Key International. Sorry about that. So we just typed that in again. Wise Key. Wise Guy should be Wise Key International does. Okay. Wise Key does cybersecurity, including integrated solutions for the Internet of Things and digital identity. Okay. So let me just get this right here. So that was A, B, C, D, E. This is not an instant restart because it's not 3 bars, it's 4 bars. So that goes E. I'm calling that F for now. I see no reason why it shouldn't be an F because the 9 held all the way through. And it's pulling back from an F, and that was a D. All right, so the question is, the question was, Basil, please review W key if time. Yesterday I placed an order to buy the daily 9 EMA. Whoops, it just hit it exactly. Good. And it's moving up a little bit from that. It's down 45 cents at 8.32. Okay. Today we tapped it and reversed hard so far. Weekly ABC up, confirming actually completed already, hence the pullback. Monthly chart could be monster ABC up if we attack the 14s. WKEY, parent company of LAES. LAES, huh? LAES is SEAL. Yeah, that made an F as well. Look at that. All right, so you're in sync. I just be a little careful because the pullback that you're looking at here looks as if the MACD is held beautifully. The radial strength is pulled back. The stochastic's now under 80%. The on-balance volumes pull back. And if you look at the weekly chart, there's a long wick, and the body just says to me there's a lot of work to be done because it's getting closer to the magnitude of 567. That's just to keep in mind. But the fact that the 914 is so wide, is so strong, I'm just going to say to you, why don't we do this? 914, okay. Just to be safe, I'm just going to say to you, if it goes under yesterday's low of 610, and the 9-period moving average right now is at 6.20. I'd hold off. I'd probably say, you know what, I'll take at least something off. It's a work in progress because it's been so strong. I'm looking at LAES. I'm doing that only because WKEY has almost the same picture. But look what happened. It went under yesterday's low. is now down only 31 cents at 8.46. So there's work to be done. So here's what I'm looking at. This is where you've got to be. Let me show you this pattern. You see this leg F? Look at this. I believe this is the one that I want to look at, SYM. Also in this very high PE area. Look, here's SYM. This is our symbolic. We're in from 48. It went all the way 3 days ago to 79.58. I mean, that's a huge move. And now it deserves a pullback. And look, all the technicals are strong. Same thing. But it is pulling back because it just got very overbought. Let me go back to you, WKEY. Also at a peak F. WKEY. Yeah, I'm just going to say to you, I like the concept that you said the 9-period moving average has been support. This is a good place to add, and so far it's worked out. But I'm just saying to you that if today's low is 813, if by the end of the day it's getting close to 813, I'd just be careful of a pullback over the weekend. If something happens on a Monday, we start off weak. As I'm looking at the market, I'm going to go to the market in a minute, but I said I'd do these live, and I'm going to show you something very interesting. If this is the chart that I'm looking at, no, it's not. This is work here. Oh, this is a 120-minute chart, right. Excuse me, Friday sneeze. So this is a peak A, B, C, D. Now it's pullback. The 9-period moving average on the 120-minute chart is really close to being flipping to pink, but it hasn't yet. But if you look at the way the MACD is really slumped, it seems to me that there's weakness to come. So I'm just going to say to you, make it as simple as possible. What you want to see is that the low of today is 813. You want it to hold. You want it to hold into Monday. And between now and Monday's close, it's managed to tap 9.03. It get back to the nines. That's really the issue. If it doesn't do that, I'd be looking at this and I'd automatically just grab the rectangle formation and I'd say, you know what? I think that this is just stuck in a rectangle for a little bit and it's going to be there until it can break out of it. Where did it go? There. And that's what I'd be doing. So I hope that helps you. But yes, the way it's acting, I would say looking out, this is a very strong candidate to, at some point, maybe November, maybe sometime, to try. Maybe you have to wait longer than that. But this candle at a peak C in the monthly chart and all this action going to higher highs suggests that at any point, if it can crack the high of 10 point, is that 10? No, it's 9.79. No, that can't be right. It has to be 10.61. If it can get into the 11s anytime in November, it should start to make a leg D above 14. And that 14 was the high that was made, round number high in December a year ago, 2024. Okay, I hope that helps you. Now, let me just show you something. The reason why I said to subscribers, we have to wait. Maybe it's next week. We'll have a better opportunity of going to the short side. Look at the way you've made this little double bottom. This is the dreaded H pattern. It's a successful pattern. Oh, where did I go? Oh, there it is. This is the dreaded H, where you come down sharply, you go to a peak A or B, and then you test the left side low. This is not taking out the left side low. Look, the 9-period moving average is very close to the 14-period moving average to close positive. The MACD is cross positive. The stochastic's rallying. The on-balance volume made a W formation. It's rallying. This looks to me like it's going higher. And that means that this pattern right here, I can't even put the trade on because I'm busy. It means that this successful dreaded H right here can turn into a cup formation. And the cup formation says you held above the 200-period moving average. That should be good, but you're not out the woods because you haven't crossed green in the 9-period moving average, even though this is your starting point right here. So this is trough A. Remember on the way down, trough A. There's no A right here. Nope, that becomes, oh my. That's not even a B. There's a B. That's usually quite positive. Well, we'll have to see if it is. And what did we do with did we hold support? Let's just have a look. Hold support. Yep, there's the support. Look, There's a support at 660.52. Well, this doesn't go in quarter points. It doesn't know about futures. Okay, A. So this is gray A, gray B. I haven't got a buy signal to buy mode yet. If we go above that into the 6680 level, that'll be very positive. So still, look, the pink 9-period moving average hasn't turned green. It looks very close, but it looks like it's going to. There it goes green, but it's a 1-minute chart. I have to wait a full minute before I can tell you that it's green, because it will flip back to pink in a second. All right, so this is going to be, and then what I do is I automatically grab my left side. I drew a right angle to this particular chart right there. I'll be back in a moment. Basil Chapman, Dow's up 126.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Hi folks, so just let me show you in gold. Look, gold made a low right there at 10.15 or so at about 42.23, and then it goes peak A, peak B, peak C, and now it's stalling. And what happens is, if it stalls like this, then I grab the rectangle and say, oops, narrow rectangle, watch it. Usually the narrow rectangle will start to fail. The closer it gets to the 200-period moving average, the greater the chance it's going to grab it, but it isn't even close yet, so this is still a repellent zone. But look, gold is holding quite nicely, down just 31, leg A in the 10-minute chart. But look at this pink 9-period moving average. If you just followed that, use no other technique, you don't even have to use Chapman wave notations. Look at this, pink from right there, 3:10 this morning, early a.m. Eastern time, in the 4,374 area. And look at this, it's still pink, down to 4,272, and you'll still be in that position. Okay. The other one is very choppy because we've got we've got in the daily chart, at least, you've got a sell signal. Whoops, sneeze. Not sure about that. So it's still very, very choppy. And I'm saying that I think there's going to be a good chance next week that we start to get more confirmation of the downside in the in the general market. So where are we? Look, we made this. Look, that pink 9-period moving average. It failed. Now it's gone pink, and you're doing the dreaded H fading at a peak B. There's the 200-period moving average. Before it never tagged it. Now it's going to tag it right there at 60. Whoops. What would it be? It'll be 66.50. But we just did it, right? So there's the dreaded H. It looks like a lowercase m that went in H. So with that said, check out my opening call, my daily newsletter. And we'll be back on Monday. Have a wonderful weekend. Basil Chapman signing off. Stay tuned for Steve and all the great programming coming up.